Hey guys, Primal Design. Today I'm going to be showing you this easy to make Fortnite banner without Photoshop. So before we start, there's a couple things you're going to need. You're going to need to go to Pixlr.com and open up their editor. I'll have links for everything that we need in the description below. You're going to need to download the Season 9 Community Asset Pack from the links I sent. You're also going to need a banner template, an Instagram logo, and a Twitter logo. If you don't have Instagram or Twitter, or you have just either or, doesn't matter, you do need to include them. And that's about it, I think. So, we're first going to start with opening a new image. So, you're going to make this 2560 by 1440. Create. Now that you have this image, I actually just made a mistake. You're going to want to be a transparent background, so let me try this again. So yeah, click the transparent box. 2560 by 1440, as that is the size you need for a YouTube banner. You're gonna hit OK. Now you're gonna take your banner template that I have a link for. You're gonna have to download it and save it to your computer. Once you've done that, I would recommend saving it to your desktop just for easy access. So you're gonna hit File, Open Image. Wait, no, not that one. You're gonna do Layer, Open Image as Layer. And now you're gonna go to your desktop where you've saved your banner template. Click Open. And that's gonna fill your entire page size. I'm actually just gonna change my well, I messed up, redo. I just have to shift it over because I accidentally moved it. Let me just fix that real quick. There we go. So I'm actually just gonna quickly change my zoom here to something that fits a little bit better. Yeah, 28 seems to be pretty good, so I'm gonna stick there. So now what you're gonna do is you're also gonna download your Instagram logo and your Twitter logo, but we're gonna use them for later. Just make sure you have them on hand already. So now we're gonna grab our one of our tools here on the side, the drawing tool. It's this little white box with the circle. Gonna click on it. Make sure you set your main color to black, and your fill shape box is checked with black. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new layer by hitting this little piece of paper here on the right side. So we're going to create a new layer. What the hell's going on here? Oh, it's because I worked on the banner before, so it's just glitching out. It's fine, don't worry. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our drawing tool here. I'm going to go in the top right corner. We're going to drag it over, but we're not going to pass this dark box here. We're just going to go right up against it. Same with the bottom. Now that we've done that, we're going to create a new layer, but underneath our black bars here, and we're going to do layer, open image as layer, and we're going to go into our asset pack that we downloaded. So I have mine saved in my GFX folder. Open up here. Now we're going to go to the Season 9 points of interest, or any kind of background you want. I really like neon tilted. I think it looks cool, so that's what I'm going to use. Now we can see that our image is zoomed in a lot, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit Edit, Free Transform. We're going to hold our Shift button, and we're going to grab the top corner, and we're just going to drag it in. So holding Shift will keep it the same size all around. See, if I don't, it'll just stretch it out. Well, we want it to lock and keep the same size. So make it big enough till it fits your whole screen properly, or to your liking. Now I feel like there's a little bit empty space over here, so I'm actually just gonna drag mine out a bit more, just so I can move it over. And I'm just gonna move it around till I like it. And I'd say right there is pretty good. So now we're just gonna click off of it. Now a box is gonna come up. You want to hit yes. That's going to confirm your transformation. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit filter. Sorry, I mean adjustment, hue and saturation. And now this is going to change the color of your background. So we're going to hit colorize. Now we're going to mess around with the hue slider to decide what color we want. So you can make this whatever you like. I'm going to make mine red because that is my favorite color. And you can mess around with the saturation to make it more gray or a little more vibrant, up to you. So mess around with these sliders until you get something that you think looks very nice. Now I'm just going to darken my red a little bit. And I'm going to crank the saturation all the way up. Actually, I think I'm going to bring it down just a bit. Maybe lighten it a little bit more. Right about there, seems pretty good. So then once you're done, you're going to hit OK. And now we have our background here. Now we're going to go to filter. We're going to go to Gaussian blur. And now it's entirely up to you if you want to do this. I personally think it looks better when it's blurred a little bit. So you can mess around with the slider on how much you want it to be blurred. I don't like it to be blurred too much. So I think I'm going to keep mine at 50. I think that's looking pretty good. Now what you're going to do is you are going to grab the text tool, which is here at the bottom, called the type tool. You're going to click on your page. Now you're going to enter your name. I'm just going to put name for now because I don't need one. I already have a banner. You're going to change the color to white. And then you're going to mess around with your size depending on how big you like it. I think 142 looks fine for this font. And you can change your font here. I'm using Eurofighter. If you would like it, I'll put a link in the description to it. So then once you're all done with that, you're going to hit OK. And now what we're going to do is, because this program does not have a centering tool like Photoshop, we're going to have to eyeball it. So what we're going to do is we're going to hide our background layer. So just hit the little check mark box on our colored background. And we're going to grab our text layer here. And we're going to, not rasterize, we're going to move it around. Just until we can line up with our eyes in the middle. So I'm thinking that looks about right. So now that we have that, we can check mark this box back. So now we have our center main text here. And so now we can mess around with some of the effects in here, or you can just leave it solid white if you like, but I'm going to mess around with the effects a little bit. So you're going to right click on it, and you're going to hit layer styles. Now what you're going to do is you're going to click on inner shadow. Now you're going to mess around here with what you like, but I'm just going to do what I like. You can follow exactly what I'm doing. I'm just kind of messing around, seeing what I think looks good. That looks pretty nice so far. Alright, I think that is pretty good. Hold on, actually I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller. Maybe lower the distance. There we go. So that looks alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our bevel and emboss. And now we're going to mess around here. I'm going to make my distance pretty small. I'm going to up the distance. Bring the size all the way down actually. Maybe about there. How's that looking? I'm just gonna hit OK just so I can zoom in on a bit more. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go back to my layer styles. We're gonna go to our inner shadow. Sorry, inner glow. I mean, I'm actually gonna make my inner glow white. To down the size a bit, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my inner shadow just because I want it to be a little more distinct. the size a bit. Distance. Seems pretty nice. Bevel and emboss. I'm actually gonna go back in here and mess around. Turn the opacity down maybe if I can. Yep, that's looking pretty good. Mess around with the size some more. Just trying to get something that I like. I think that looks pretty nice. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on drop shadow. And we're gonna set this to -90. That will put our drop shadow right underneath our text. Now we're gonna crank up the opacity all the way. Turn the size up just a bit to kind of soften that drop shadow. Now the distance we're going to make 10, seems pretty good. And so I think that's good for our main text. I think that looks pretty nice. So now that we have that, we're going to grab our some Fortnite assets here. We are going to open up image as layer. Now I'm gonna put a skin in like I normally do with my Fortnite banners, just because I prefer it. We're gonna go back to our community assets. We're gonna go to outfits. We're gonna go new with season 9, and I'm gonna put in the Vendetta just because I think it looks the coolest. Now because it's a large image, it's gonna take a while to load in. There we go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move him behind the black bars. So don't want them in front of those. We're gonna go to edit, free transform, hold shift like we normally do, drag the corner. You're going to adjust it to your liking. So I think here looks pretty nice. Just put them on the side like so. Gonna hit confirm, apply, yes. So there we go. We have our Fortnite skin there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna touch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go into layer styles. I'm gonna give him an inner shadow. And I think that actually looks perfectly fine like that. Just to give him a little more depth. And now what we're going to do is we're gonna go over to our background here. And we're gonna use the lasso tool. Now the lasso tool, how it works is you're going to click and drag down. Now we're going to go over our Fortnite character, but it's okay. We're going to move it over all around this side of our background until we loop it back in. Then once we do, we're going to let go. And now you're going to hit Control C, Control V for copy and paste. Now what we've done is we've created this cutout of our background. And we are going to go into adjustments again. We're going to do hue and saturation. We're going to bring the saturation all the way down. And then I'm going to darken it. So I'm going to bring the lighting down a bit. Right about there. It says looks pretty good. Oh yeah, you want to hit colorize on it. And then bring, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So we have this like dark gray color. Now we're going to click and drag it over all the way to the other side. I think it looks nice. I like to break up the color a little bit. And now we're almost done here. Now we just have to put in our Twitter and Instagram. So what we're going to do is we're going to again go to layer, open images layer, go to our where we saved our logos. My Instagram one is here. And then we're going to do the same thing again. Open images layer. We're going to go to our Twitter logo. There we go. So the Twitter logo that I sent, I could not find a proper transparent one. So it has this black background. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your magic wand tool. And once you have your magic wand tool, when you're on your layer with your Twitter logo, you're going to click on the black and you're going to hit Control X. That's going to get rid of it all. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to our layers. Oh, wrong layer. We didn't want to touch that, so let's just go undo. Now, where are these layers? Gotta find them. Where are the layers? Okay, they're over here. We want to put these all the way on top, just to help organize. Is this the Instagram one? Yeah. So we're just gonna drag them up to the top, all the way to the top, at the very, very top. Yeah. And then where's our other one? Drag it to the top too. There we go. So Instagram logo is pretty big, so we're just gonna resize that like we normally do. Edit, free transform. Now, because it's really big, we have to drag it off to the side a little bit here so we can see a corner. Hold shift, drag it in. Now we're gonna bring it back, drag it in. Now I'm gonna make these pretty small, just so they fit next to our name here. I'm gonna hit, actually make it a little bit bigger. Actually, I'll leave it right about there. I'm gonna click off, hit yes. Where'd it go? Interesting. Okay, we're gonna have to undo that. I don't know where it went. Undo. Have to retry that again. Edit. Free transform. Shrink it down. It's a big image. Now, I don't know why it does that. Maybe I just have to be zoomed in more. At least that's what I think. Okay. Edit, free transform again. Make it smaller, not rotate, smaller. And we're gonna look over here. Oh, apply, yep. And we're just gonna look over here next to our text. We're just gonna hide the Twitter logo just so it gets out of our way. It's being a little bit annoying. We're just gonna bring our Instagram over, see how big it is. I'd say that's pretty good. So now we're gonna bring our Twitter logo back. Oh, on the wrong layer. We're gonna, where'd it go? Man. Where is our Twitter logo? Interesting. Okay. Well, this wasn't happening last time when it. Oh shit! I just deleted both layers, I think, by accident. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, that sucks. We'll just have to redo that again. So I'll cut back to where I was. Okay, we're back. So we're just gonna magic wand the Twitter logo to get rid of the black. Now we're going to resize it. So edit, free transform. You guys probably know this already. We're gonna size it, but we're gonna try and size it as best we can compared to the Instagram logo, because we'd like them to be roughly the same size. So I think that's good actually. Just to double check, I'm gonna zoom in a bit here. Gonna move them around. Yep, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna put my Twitter logo in front first. We're just gonna move our Instagram logo out of the way a bit to give some space. Now what we could do is, depending if your Twitter and Instagram are the same as your YouTube name, you can just hit Control J on your text logo and move it over. Now what we're going to do, to resize it, we need to right click on the layer and hit rasterize layer. So there we go. Now we're going to hit edit, free transform again. We're just going to hold shift, drag it down to a size that we are happy with. So I'm saying that looks pretty good. Confirm it. There we go. That's one text. And then we're going to move our Instagram logo. Why does it keep doing that? Edit. Undo. There we go. We're going to grab our Instagram logo. We're going to drag it over. And then we're going to duplicate the text logo again, but we'll duplicate the smaller one so we don't have to rasterize it again, just to save us time. We're going to line it up right there. And there we go. Oh, we got to fix our guy here. He's supposed to be behind those black bars, not in front. So we'll just drag him over there. There we go. I'm actually going to fix him because his head's cutting off a bit. So actually I'm just going to make him a little bit smaller, just to touch it up and make sure that it doesn't. There we go. Don't mind that his head cuts off a little bit. So there we go. That is our whole banner. I'd say that that looks pretty good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit File, Save. Wait, before we hit File and Save, we're actually going to right click on any layer and click Merge Visible. So now our layer is a flat image. Now we're going to go to File, Save, and we're going to make our format a PNG just because it gives us the best quality. And you can name it whatever you want. I'll name it a tutorial band. Actually, I don't need to save it because I already have one downloaded. So we'll just hit OK. Then you'd save it to wherever you like. So I'll just hit cancel because I don't need to. I've already made one. So now that you have your banner, you can then go to your YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com. We'll go to my channel, customize channel. We'll edit my banner here, edit channel art just for those of you who might not remember how to do it or not know how to do it if you're just starting a YouTube channel. So then I'll go to my desktop. I'll go to my banner if I can find it. Pixlr Fortnite banner, hit open. And there we go. We'll hit select. And there we go. There's our banner. I'd say it looks pretty good. And so, oh, wrong spot. But I guess mine didn't finish changing there. But that's just for those of you who might not remember how to do it or know how to do it. So well, there it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I plan on uploading more often. I know it's been about 4 months. Definitely been a long time. So like the video, subscribe, share it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.